Hello again. Here is a simple question for viewers living in Britain. If they are below the age of 65 and unable to find work, then the state will support them by means of universal credit payments. Do they think that if they moved to any other country in the world, that country would do the same for them? That is to say, support them financially indefinitely if they were out of work. Suppose they moved to Sweden or Swaziland, Saudi Arabia or Sudan, do they think those countries would pay them to remain at home until they were able to find a job? The idea is, of course, quite mad. Why should those other countries pay a foreigner who fetches up in their country like that? They would, in fact, chuck you out if you were living there and unable to support yourself financially. One country in the world, though, is keen to do so, and that country is Britain. Every year we give over £10 billion to foreigners in this country in universal credit payment. That is to say, a sixth of all the money handed out in universal credit goes in this way to foreigners. This is such a strange state of affairs that it's difficult for the average normal person fully to grasp just what is going on. Last year, the Chancellor of the Exchequer assured us that there was a black hole in our economy of such a scale as to make it necessary to stop handing out the winter fuel payments to all pensioners. These payments cost the Exchequer £2 billion a year, and it was vital that we stop this extravagance for the sake of the nation. The saving of £2 billion on benefits to pensioners, while at the same time giving 5 times as much as that to foreigners living here. Is it really only me who can see something odd about that? Do any viewers ask themselves what is going on when we behave in this way? Or is it perhaps the case that everybody else is content for this extraordinary situation to continue? Maybe I'm a deluded crank, and in fact it is quite rational and fair to give £10 billion to unemployed foreigners living in our country, while at the same time cutting benefits to old age pensioners. I think this must be the case because otherwise there probably have been a huge crowd of enraged citizenry storming Downing Street and deposing the Prime Minister and his Chancellor. But there's been no sign so far of such discontent, and so I must assume that everybody else is happy with how things are being run, and I'm simply a minority of one, a lonely old crackpot shouting pointlessly into the ether, obsessed with perceived injustices, which everybody else is able to see are perfectly sensible and for the ultimate benefit of the country.